108 million website visitors available on this free traffic source. Welcome to ProfitCopilot.com. Mick Meaney here, and I get it. Getting traffic is hard, and it took me 3 years to figure it out. So if you want to avoid the same level of struggle and get enough traffic to potentially make a living from your internet business, then pay attention, because there's a very special link in the description for you. And if you go ahead and click that, or go to ProfitCopilot.com/traffic, you will get my most powerful traffic system for free. Okay, so today's free traffic source is called Imgur, and it started life as a free image hosting website, but it has now evolved into a fully fledged social media platform. Let's go take a look. So we can see that it's got a massive 108 million hits. So these are all visitors that we can tap into. Let me show you the website. So this is what Imgur looks like. If you're not familiar with it already, it's essentially a image sharing platform that has now become a massive social media platform. So I'll show you how to navigate it, because it's not that straightforward if you haven't used it before. Now, you may already be familiar with Imgur, especially if you're a Redditor, if you've been using Reddit for a while. This is pretty much where people used to share images from Reddit. They used to post it onto Imgur, but now Imgur has kind of stepped into the spotlight in its own way. So let me show you how to use it, because, well, we've got this search bar at the top. So if we search for something relevant to your niche, I'm going to give you a tactic later on, but for the moment, let's just search for something relevant to you. So it could be marketing. Here we're going to have hashtag suggestions that we might want to check out. It's going to give us posts that we can look at, and it's going to suggest users that might be relevant to our keyword, but I'm just going to leave it as default, just as marketing. I'm going to click search, and it's going to bring back, well, take a look at how much traffic some of this content is getting. This piece of content here, 17,000 points. That's not views, that's points. That's actual interactions. So it's had 16,000 views. This one has had 13,000 points. And look at this, 300,000 views. So there's a lot of traffic here. This one has had 1 million views. Another one, 300,000, almost 400,000. You get the idea. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of eyeballs to tap into here if you use this in the right way. So what I would encourage you to do is take a look at what is working for your keywords, for your particular niche. Get some ideas, and then use the content that you know works to model your content on. I'm going to show you how to create effective content in a second. But first of all, you don't want to copy. You just want to get a good idea of what you know works. And then we can run with that. And you'll see that a lot of the content here is not stuff that people have made themselves. The fact is, a lot of the content on Imgur has actually been made by Imgur to a large extent. I'll show you what I mean in a second. But if you like the sound of this website, if you think there's potential here, then go ahead, create a free account. It's not going to cost you anything. Once you've signed up, you will get this button. It says new post. If you click on that, it will take you to a page where you have a couple of options. So if you already have content that you want to share, just drop it in here and you're good to go. Or you can paste in an image URL here. If you want to take content from elsewhere on the internet, you can do that. Or you can do this. This is pretty exciting, in my opinion. So this is going to tap into content that has already been made, and you just edit it to suit yourself. So for example, if we click meme gen, stands for meme generator. If you click on that, if it's going to work for me today, thank goodness it has. Okay, so here we've got a library. I'm going to assume for the moment that you are familiar with meme culture, that you understand how some of these memes work. I'm not going to go into each one of these at the moment, but let's say if we go, I don't know, Good Guy Greg. So this is a positive meme. If we take that, click on it, here we can add some positive text. So before you start creating memes, you gotta know what they mean, right? So each meme has got its own, almost like their own story. Well, let's go with Good Guy Greg. So then we can put in some text relevant to your niche. That's really important. Then click next. And this is where we essentially optimize it. We're going to include relevant keywords, something that people might be searching for, but we don't do it promotional. I'm going to give you an example in a minute. I'm going to show you one that does work very well. But for the moment, we just focus on using the right keywords and maybe making use of curiosity because we want to get people to click on it. We've also got this tags section. So click add tag. And then it's going to make some suggestions, but you can type in your own tag. And then underneath here, this is very important. Here we have the add description bit. This is where you're going to add your links. So we're going to add some context to the meme of why we're sharing this. And then we're going to add a link in here. It will be a clickable link, so don't worry about that. I'll show you an example in a second. Okay, so once we're happy with that and it's all good, then we click on go to community. So we're going to post it to community. So let me just edit this just so you can see it in action. So I'm going to call this meme test post. Let me add a tag of meme. One interesting thing about these tags is, look, it shows you how many posts are under each tag. So now you know roughly what the competition level is going to be for each tag. Okay, so I'm just going to go with meme for the moment. There we go. And now I will be able to add this to the community, post it to the community. So I'm not going to add a link here. I'm just going to, well, let's just link to Google just so you can see how it works. And then I'm going to click post to community. And then we want to go post publicly. I'm going to click that there. Now it should be sent to the database. I can copy a link if I want to share it elsewhere. Maybe I want to post it to Reddit or to Pinterest or to Tumblr or wherever. I can copy that link there and then it's good to go. And there we go. Now people can view the post, they can vote on it, and the higher number of upvotes this piece of content gets, the more exposure it gets. It works in a very similar way to Reddit. So I'm going to delete this in a second because it adds no value to the community, so I'm going to remove it. But let me show you an example of a piece of content that is working very well. Here is an image that someone has shared. Maybe they created it themselves. We don't know because the tactic that they're using is pretty smart. I'll explain that in a second. So here we have an image called Marketing Mastermind. It's had over 1 million views, 13,000 upvotes, and 400 comments. And here underneath the image, we can see in the description section, we have a hyperlink. And that is just linking out to a Facebook page. Now, this piece of content was posted a few years ago, but it's still getting traction. It's still getting views. So this is passive traffic. And in my opinion, it's a very smart way to get traffic because you do something once and then you leave it and it's going to benefit you forever because it's free traffic. It doesn't cost you anything other than the time you invest the first time you do something. But something else about this, look at this. We have a comment section. Okay, so make sure that you read the community rules before you do anything on this site. But comments can have hyperlinks as well. So what that means is if you find content that speaks to your audience, you will be able to interact with that community through the comments section. Pretty good stuff, right? Now, the tactic that is being used on this page is called the I just so happened to find. So the poster of this claims that they just so happen to have found this piece of content, this idea, this thing that they're sharing, right? So it's not overtly promotional. This is kind of covert, right? So they're just saying, look, I just saw this piece of amazing marketing, and here's a credit to the source. And that's it. Now, a word of caution, because, okay, if all of his posts use this tactic to promote the same link, then he's going to get called out. His account is probably going to get banned. So bear that in mind. And remember to get the free traffic system when you click the link in the description or go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. Take care and God bless.